today, I'd say absolutely Sam Darnold is the MVP. He threw 3 touchdowns in the first half versus the Packers. I think he is leading the league in touchdowns. His passer rating is through the roof. His completion percentage is through the roof. And, before the season, I'm going, and I think a lot of people can agree with me here that we did not think the Vikings were going to be a good football team. I mean, I didn't think they had a great team. I knew they had a couple of really nice pieces. I knew they had an all right offensive line. I knew that they had some really good weapons, but that offensive line is awesome. Actually, it's not just all right; it's awesome. Awesome weapons. Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison's, probably the best wide receiver 1 and 2 combination in the league. Definitely up there, if not the best. I mean, you look at the running game with Aaron Jones, that's electric. And don't forget, you got the big guy in TJ Hawkinson, great tight end. The defense, we're going to get to Sam Darnold in a minute, but the defense has just been lights out. Brian Flores, Coach Flo, has this defense flying around. They have them playing at such an elite and high level. It's absurd. Although the second half was a little bit of a different story versus the Packers, but for the most part, this defense has been on a next level. Brian Flores confusing the offense and just playing, and he has a defense such discipline and so disciplined. It's impressive. But Sam Darnold winning MVP, I mean, can he do it all season long? That's the thing that's driving me crazy is we see some players just play so good the first couple weeks, or first 2 to 5 weeks, up to 5 weeks, and then they just fall off a cliff. But for how good Sam Darnold is playing, he's not just playing good. He's not just playing very good. He's not just, surprising people. Well, he is surprising people, but he's not just playing good. Sam Darnold is playing, let me say it, elite football. What I've ever thought that I would be saying Sam Darnold would be an elite football player, he has been the last couple of weeks, and an MVP candidate in 2024. What is going on? Weird stuff. So, I mean, you look at other guys that are going to be in this MVP race, which is important when you're talking about if you think a player is going to win the MVP or not. I mean, of course, Lamar Jackson, Mahomes, and Allen, they're probably going to be on top there. Will Aaron Rodgers be close to the top there? Of course, you got so many other really good players, but most likely it's going to be a quarterback. It usually always is a quarterback. So, if Sam Darnold can continue to do this every single week the way he has played, he will absolutely. But will it last? Will his play last all season long? He just looked like such a bad quarterback in the beginning of his career. Maybe it just clicked. What do the Vikings do with J.J. McCarthy if Sam Darnold plays like this all season? You trade him? I mean, you're not going to start him over if Sam Darnold wins the MVP. You're not going to start, a quarterback over him. You're not going to start anybody over him. But Sam Darnold winning MVP is seeming a bit likely, but I mean, at the same time, there's a lot of season left, man. There's a lot of season left, and, maybe it just took, a change of scenery, go into a more stable franchise, a better franchise that, can hold coaches, that can, just a better atmosphere. And then you look at the team that he has around him. He has time to throw the football. He has elite playmakers to throw the football, too. He has a run game. He has a very good head coach. And on top of that, Sam Darnold has a really good defense backing him. So, you're probably going to have to make the playoffs, too. The MVP usually makes the playoffs. But, I mean, right now, you look at it, and Sam Darnold is the leading candidate, is the leading MVP. He is the best player in the league so far this year. That is one of the best. And he would be right on top of the MVP conversation, right on top of the list. But given the other players that, the other top-notch elite players I mentioned, Josh Allen, Jackson, and Mahomes, does he win it over these guys? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, Mahomes and the Chiefs' offense has been a little bit lackluster. I mean, Lamar Jackson really picked it up the last couple of weeks. Josh Allen was looking damn near incredible until versus the Ravens. He really had a bad night. I mean, that whole team had a bad night. The run defense, the weapons couldn't step up. No one stepped up versus the Ravens. But Sam Darnold winning MVP, he's got the weapons. He's got the run game. He's got the offensive line. He's got a really good head coach, a really good team around him, in a really good situation, a really good franchise. Uh, it's just so hard to predict out that far, and especially looking at Sam Darnold before this year. It's like, how long is this gonna last? Is it a okay, I'm here and I'm staying kind of thing with Sam Darnold? That's the thing that's driving me crazy. Is it taken, maybe once teams find a blueprint like the Packers maybe have, maybe once teams figure it out and they get a blueprint and they know how to limit Sam Darnold in this offense, or finding his weaknesses in this offense and this and that. Maybe he won't go back to being like the old Sam Darnold that we know, like I'm seeing ghost kind of Sam Darnold, but maybe we go to seeing a good quarterback in Sam Darnold. But winning MVP, I'm gonna say hot and say it's a bit unlikely, considering that it's still far away and you have so many other good players in there. Just looking at Sam Darnold's past, and I'm not trying to bring the past up. I'm not trying to be one of those people, be a Debbie Downer. It's awesome to see him play. I absolutely love it. It's cool. It's sweet. It's nice. But is it going to last? That is my biggest question. And Vikings fans, I know you guys are not happy with me right now. I've been picking against you guys almost every week, and it's just like, I feel like